for certain is the absolute insane, crazy probability, the chance of all of this happening. And among all of this creation of the universe, the earth, evolution, and so on, you exist. Wow. Come on now. Don't even try to tell me somehow get to your location, but you weren't even paying attention half of the time. It's just your subconsciousness just doing the work for you. Don't be that way all the time. Don't switch off. Turn back on. I cannot stress enough. Turn back on. This universe has a conscious. Plants have a conscious. Every living thing in this world has a conscious, of course. There are different levels to it. But you are part of this nature. You are part of this universe. And you were created. And that is a beautiful thing. What are the chances of you existing in this insane world? Come on. Like, how are you gonna tell me that someday there was a random ass explosion that happened in the world and the universe that created, well, the universe, and then came the earth, and then came that one cell that evolved, and from this evolution came you? Like, bro, and when you, I don't know, when I sit down and I really, really try to visualize all of that, my mind goes on a trip. So it really bothers me when I'm being unkind, unjust, ungrateful, complaining, focusing on the most silly things. It's just not worth it. Yes, we can have difficult moments, but yo, those moments are not everything. They don't define us. They don't imprison us in our mind. They don't imprison us in our mind at all. It's our choice. It's your will to live your life how you like. Life will throw curveballs, but it's your choice to perceive it in the way that you want. Do you want to perceive this in a positive way, focused on gratitude, focused on the things that you do have as opposed to things that you don't have? Or do you just want to sit in a shell and feel sorry for yourself? And do you really think that the latter option is the way to go, given that you were given the gift of life 13.7 billion ago? It was already, destined that you would exist. Or maybe it was chance, and if it was chance, then you should live even more freely, because bruh, like, what are the chances for you existing, yet you exist? And no one can ever take your place. Never forget that. Nobody. There's only one you, and there will only be one you, and you will have your mark on this universe, in this life. You will leave a mark. You are so much more than you. So, with that being said, guys, I really hope that you have a good sleep and a good night, and that you can calm yourself, feel peace in your heart and in your mind, knowing that you are completely free, that you do not need to wear these chains of burden that society imposes and enforces and shackles you, and you don't need to. Let them all go. It's just you, baby. Just you. And just you.